Okay, so Xavi Simons, that is a story, that is a saga that we haven't spoken about on this channel for a few days now. Because there hasn't been anything to discuss. There hasn't been any real tangible updates apart from the usual stuff. Deal is close, talks are advancing, all that good stuff from Fabrizio Romano. Well, today we have got a bit more information in regards to what's going on. Courtesy of Florian Plettenberg and Ben Jacobs. I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to show you what they've said today in regards to Xavi Simons and where we are in this whole transfer. Is there a swap deal on the horizon? Is there any extra things to look out for? Well, I'm going to share that with you in just a second. But before I do, I'm going to ask for a favor. You know what I'm going to ask you. Do you know what? I'm actually not going to spell it out today. You know what to do down below. If you're watching my videos, you're watching my content, at this point in my video, I normally ask for something that you got to do down below, so make sure you do it. All right, listen, let me start with Ben Jacobs, because he actually tweeted this a few hours ago before we had the update from Plettenberg. So let's look at what Ben Jacobs had to say. Chelsea and Leipzig have discussed Christopher Nkunku in talks for Xavi Simons. Tariq George and Carney Chukwuemeka are the names raised over the past few weeks. Should Nkunku or other Chelsea player join Leipzig, it will be a separate transfer to Xavi. But it is linked in the same sense Chelsea want to sell both Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, allowing them to move for Xavi and Alejandro Garnacho. That is what Ben Jacobs tweeted earlier on today. We've had a recent update from Florian Plettenberg, and I want to share that with you. And he says, Xavi Simons has already agreed full terms with Chelsea and is still waiting to join Chelsea Football Club, waiting patiently. Chelsea are still signaling that they want to finalize a Xavi deal, but first need further player offloads. A swap deal involving Christopher Nkunku is currently not being discussed. RB Leipzig are open to an Nkunku loan deal. The total Xavi package is currently expensive for Bayern Munich, as reported by Sky Sports Dutch. Okay, so that's the tweets that we've had today. There's been others, but they are the two that I think that need to be discussed, that need to be addressed. So let's talk about these. So I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, what is new? We've known this, kinda. Well, we have known that the discussions, the agreements have all been put in place. But it looks like Chelsea are not willing to get Xavi Simons outright, pay for him outright. They are looking to add a player in the deal, because we've heard Chukwuemeka, we've heard Tariq George, we've heard Nkunku, we've heard other names being mentioned in this deal. So is it Chelsea that is trying to push this? To be fair, I don't think it is. Chelsea do have players that they're trying to offload, they're trying to get rid. But it also seems that Leipzig are in the market for another player to replace Xavi Simons. They want to get a replacement in as Xavi Simons is departing. And I think because of that, Chelsea is trying to facilitate. Look, we've got Tariq George, we've got Carney, we've got Nkunku. These are all players that we are keen to offload. And Nkunku is a player that you guys know very well. He played for you. He actually played more for you than he did for us. He's a player that will be useful for you. Is Nkunku keen on the move? Nkunku wants more game time. He wants Champions League football, but he also wants to play football. And at the moment at Chelsea Football Club, that's not really happening. And with the current crop of players we have, the chances of him playing has been reduced dramatically. If he doesn't get sold, if he is still here at the end of the transfer window, I can't see him really having that much game time. So he wants to leave. RB Leipzig is what is being, mentioned right now. I'm pretty sure there's other clubs that are interested in Nkunku, but for us, I think we are trying to facilitate this deal with a player because RB Leipzig potentially want it to happen in that way, and we are offering them options. But as you all know, when it comes to swap deals nowadays, it's not as it used to be in the past where we'll give you this player, this much cash on top, and we'll take your player. Nowadays, it's more like, we'll buy your player for this fee, but then you got to buy our player for this fee. And it's all about balancing the books. It's all about financial, money being invested, money being brought in, money being taken out. It all got a balance. It all got a balance. So it isn't about what the player is valued, but what the other club has paid for him. Because we can say we'll give you Nkunku, we're valuing him at 40 million, but if we sell him for 40 million, then that's tangible money, tangible asset being sold, and financial investment, financial transaction has taken place where we got that money for the player rather than an estimated value or a book value for a particular asset, in this case Nkunku. So that is going to take a little bit of time to negotiate and to finalize. But I still think it's taken too long. And when the questions have been asked, Chelsea's response is, well, listen, we are looking to get rid of some players. And until we are able to offload these players, it is going to be difficult for us to make this purchase. Difficult not financially because we can afford to make the purchase. Difficult in the sense that we will be backed into a corner and other clubs will have the upper hand when it comes to negotiations because we have now bought all the players we want and we are now stuck with a bunch of players that we don't want. And other clubs are going to be saying, look, you want to sell him? I'll pay this much for him. And everyone is going to be trying to underbid. Yeah, trying to get a player for the cheapest price possible. And that is why Chelsea is not in a hurry to get this deal over the line. That's my opinion. Probably wrong. I don't know. In the comments down below, I'd love to know what you think. Lads, I want to see your comments. Look, I got to admit, I'm a little bit guilty of this. I don't reply to a lot of your comments. I read all your comments. Even the bad ones. Yeah, even the bad ones, I read them. If I reply to one and miss out the other one, it's not going to look good. I can't reply to every comment. But I do read all your comments. So down below, let me know what you think. And some of you guys, you know who you are. You're writing essays in the comment section. You're writing essays. And, thank you for doing that. I'm reading it. Big up to you. Thank you for the feedback. Much appreciated. I went live yesterday and I had a fantastic panel on my live stream. Really, really good discussion. It was amazing. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The actual stream was for about an hour and a half. After the stream, we talked for about another 2 hours. So the next stream that we will be doing might be a little bit longer than the hour that we have scheduled in for it. We might be actually talking for a couple of hours with you guys. But I really enjoyed the stream. If you haven't seen it, link is there for you guys to go watch it. There's going to be a lot more streams on this channel. I'm planning to do a lot more live content for you guys. So if you do enjoy live content, turn that bell notification button on because you will be getting a lot more live content on this channel. I've got a lot of things planned, and the guys you saw yesterday, fantastic bunch of lads, and there's going to be other people joining the panel as well. We're going to have a lot more involvement on my live stream, so please turn that bell notification button on and make sure you tune in for the live streams. At the moment, the schedule every Sunday night at 10 p.m. That will be increasing when the season starts. But yeah, fantastic. There is another update. Let me have a look before I end this recording. No, not important. That's the video for you guys today. Much love, much respect. Take care of yourself. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.